Hello, everyone, and welcome to another webinar by Royal Cyber. My name is Amar Nadeem, and I'm a Senior Business Development Executive at Royal Cyber, and I'll be your host for today. Before we start, if anyone is not able to view my screen or hear me properly, kindly notify me in the chat window located on the right side of the pane. Now, before we start, I want to talk a little about today's agenda and a little about Royal Cyber. For today's agenda, we will take a look at the Royal Cyber overview, moving forward to Chatbot and all its benefits. Also, we'll be discussing and introducing AI and RC bot. We'll also take a look at our use cases, some of the next steps, and last but not the least, question and answers. Now, let's take a look at Royal Cyber. Royal Cyber commenced operation in the year 2002 as a specialized technology provider headquartered out of Naperville, Illinois, and further striding as a software deployment service provider by partnering with IBM as a business authorized trainer and a Microsoft certified gold partner. Today we stand tall as one-stop shop for all your IT needs. Moving forward, let's take a look at some of our expertise and line of business. We handle a lot of e-commerce and digital experience and portal, and our strong point is enterprise marketing management. We also have Microsoft solutions and enterprise modernization. Now let's take a look at some of our awards and recognitions. We have been nominated as Microsoft Certified Gold Partner and Oracle Partner, as well as Amazon Web Service Partner. We have been nominated for the Chicago 101 Best and Brightest Companies to Work for 2016. Also, we've been nominated for the CIO 25 DevOps Solutions, also for the CIO IT Solutions in 2015. Moving forward, as always, we have a great speaker with us today, and before we start, let me introduce you to our speaker for today, Mr. Hashim. Mr. Hashim is a senior technology manager with over 16 years of experience in software engineering, from software design and development, QA, automation and information assurance. He has expertise in creating and managing new technology products and delivering mission-critical software solutions for global markets, and has a passion towards machine learning and AI. And without any further ado, let me hand it over to Mr. Hashim.
Thanks, Amar, for the wonderful introduction. Hello, everyone. A computer, Alan Turing used to say a computer would deserve to be called intelligent if it could deceive a human into believing that it was a human. Can this really be done? Before we can answer that question, I'd also like to introduce one of the key members in our panel, Satish. Satish is a seasoned technology expert in an organizational leadership role with over 16 years of experience. Satish has expertise in creating world-class global product engineering organizations. So let's, before we can answer this question, why Chatbot, let's understand let's define Chatbot. Chatbot is a piece of software that you can converse with to get things done or be entertained. By next 3 years, Gartner Research has predicted that customers will manage 85% of their relationship with the enterprise without human interactions. Having said that, chatbots here can be your best option to raise the bar, implement new engagement strategies, and win over your customers. This slide depicts the paradigm shift. I'll focus on the applications tier. In mid-80s, we were introduced with a portable computer, where we were introduced with Excel, PowerPoint, and Lotus. moving on to the next decade, websites such as Yahoo and Amazon uh, uh, predominated the market. And with the introduction of smartphones, apps such as Angry Birds and Instagram have left the mark. In this decade, um, with the technology advancements, uh, such as memory becoming so cheap, processors becoming so fast, advancements in graphics processing unit, and evolution and advancements towards big data, machine learning, and deep learning algorithms, and technologies such as Hadoop, we are able to quickly parse huge sets of data with the least amount of time, given the hardware technology that we have in the back end. Also, millennials prefer self-service. They would rather text than calling somebody out unless it's absolutely necessary. And there is also a 24% chance in chat-based self-service. Also, along with this, Facebook and other messaging platforms have exposed their APIs to the developer community. So this has led to the chatbots, where we can easily, instantly do weather updates, travel updates using these app dots, using these bots. Let's moving on to the key business challenges. Our customer service department is affected by a high attrition rate. There's always an additional staffing needed during peak hours, holiday seasons, etc. There is also an issue of quality of service, which is not consistent throughout. Um, One person could be a subject matter expert versus others, so this creates a quality of service issue. Multiple customer service teams are also required for multiple channels. So this creates a huge burden on the key for the enterprises. There is also a flood of text messages involved to make it possible for the enterprise to handle messages via live agents. Let's look at some of the advantages of chatbot versus a live chat agent. So the key ones are, I've listed quite a few, only a few here, but there are many. The ones that I want to focus on: the automation and 24/7 assistance. Once the chatbots, usually when they're trained and it has a good knowledge base, it can handle pretty much chat on its own with no human supervision needed. They can respond to any chat anytime, and also it has the ability to handle unlimited number of visitors, whereas one agent can only handle certain screenshots or certain set of windows at any given time. Um, the lack of supervision also results in a very slow response times, whereas chatbots is very quick and instant. Among others, usability and cost efficiency is also adds to the pros. Uh, in terms of artificial intelligence applicability, this is across several areas, not just service and support. There is AI probing use case that we can have selected based on the patterns that the users in terms of the shopping experience model. If the users is directed to a certain set of shirts, chatbot has the ability to understand that knowledge base and do target marketing. It can also do alerts, push notifications, send messenger codes, and checkouts and pay is already built in, and it adds to instant requests from the users. Now, let me introduce the AIRC bot solution that we offer. Um, we have an enterprise AI chatbot, which the key aspect of this that it learns by itself. What this means is um, we we have a you know we understand the customer base based on their knowledge base that they currently have. It could be a manual interactions they've had in the past with the customers. We take that knowledge base and we build up on it. We have machine learning feedback loops that learns itself. And the more knowledge base the AI chatbot has, the better probability that we um, can strive for. There is also a hybrid chat functionality that we have. Um, Typically, what happens is 90 to 95% of the time, bot is able to respond to a customer need. But the rest of the 5% or so, if the user wishes to speak to an agent, it gets transferred over. Otherwise, it learns from the sentiment analysis that it's built in as part of the AI functionality, and it passes things off to a live agent. It also has domain knowledge. It knows your company, the product and services that you've purchased in the past, right? And our chatbot is based on design best practices, where we reduce minimal effort. Our NLP is fairly lightweight. It doesn't require too much coding on the front end if the consumer wants to grow within their enterprise. It has the ability to predict the right options to the user based on the context that it learns. It has the personalization touch as well, where it picks up from the previous a buying pattern or anything along those nature, picks up information from the personal profile, and then it feeds into the machine language and gives a better response to the consumer. It has the analytics piece built in as well, and it also is able, if user makes a mistake typing, it's able to recognize certain patterns and give the feedback directly to the user. We already have these, besides the enterprise piece, we already do have these account management, billing, sales, service management, all these functionalities built in, where in terms of billing, we can do billing, balance inquiry, request a bill copy, credit status. All these modules are already currently built in. And our AI module on top sits on top of all these modules to complete our AI solution. Some of the key benefits here would be the immediate response. Users are looking, hate to wait when they need something, right? So this chatbot gives the ability to respond quickly. It has the 24/7 availability. Chatbots, it's very easy to use, and it has also the multi-channel consistency that consumers are looking for. From the chatbot success factors piece, we are able to quickly, since we already have the AI module and all these WCS or any APIs that we can quickly integrate with, we are able to market our product fairly quickly, which results in a better ROI by, along with the fact that we can learn from and grow our knowledge base based on what customers is actually looking for. We also offered the live agent integration piece, where if the customer is willing to transfer to a live agent, it can do so on users' request, or it has also tone mood analysis factors built in where it detects the tone of a customer if the customer is mad or upset. In those typical scenarios where the chatbot can easily transfer to a live agent. We also support several integration channels. If if enterprise has its used for internal use, we use typically Skype and Slack. We can integrate if it's for HR purposes within the enterprise. If it's consumer facing, we can quickly integrate via these channels such as Facebook Messenger and many more. This is what our typical solution architecture looks like, where a typical user would interface using those channels that we just discussed. Our chatbot application engine has the conversational NLP piece that that detects that easily comprehends what the user is needing, where so it integrates to the backend system where it fetches all these information, collects everything, the request to the live agent through the backend systems. Diving into the chatbot application piece, this is just a zoomed in version where our solution integrates with the NLP and AI piece where what happens if the user message feeds into the bot API application. NLP and AI piece understands the tone of the user. It does it collects several bot analytics, and feeding that response back out to the response handler. It's able to send appropriate answers to the chatbot.
Okay, Hashim, if I just want to like to chime in there, if you can look at the bottom right hand side, the of the slide where we are presenting compiled response, which is the most important aspect, where it takes the inputs from the bot analytics and tone analysis and the application response, right? And it ranks the possible potential responses, and the best response is given to the response handler, and then it is given, the response is provided to the user. The application response on the top and on the bottom right hand side, what you see is typically it can be as simple as your API integration with your backend system, like CRM or your ServiceNow support systems or anything. And on top of it, we do have the complete AI model built with the capabilities of convolution neural networks and RNNs and decision tree models and retrieve and ranking models. That's the piece where we actually implement the artificial intelligence on the existing IT assets and various knowledge bases that you already have. We create a knowledge graph and then give as an input to the compile response block. Hashim, you can go ahead.
Yeah. All right. Thanks, Satish. So for the AI, what our integration, AI chatbot integration is, we not only offer a standalone platform where we use our current AI-powered platform to communicate with your customers on any platforms, messaging, email, live chat, but we also have the ability to easily integrate into our existing customer service center, and where it's either via email or live chat applications. This could be any of those ones listed below, or it could be any live chat sort of services that we can easily integrate with. So our AI-based bots, how we differentiate between the rule-based bots that are currently out in the market is, ours is based on artificial intelligence. The rule-based bots are pretty much functions on a predefined set of options, and they're pretty restricted in terms of answering questions only if it's within the design parameters. Whereas artificial intelligence-based ones are, they function more like human. They have the natural language processing built in. It has the sentiment analysis, machine learning, deep learning, where it gathers all this information, models and predicts it, and it sends the responses out in the more human manner. So you could see this from the example on the left, where a customer has been just given only a limited set of instructions how to communicate with the bot. If any of the user chooses to do so anything outside of those predefined set of options, a bot is unable to answer that. Whereas the one on the right, which is the AI-based bot, is able to easily communicate with the consumer and able to quickly answer those questions for the customer, which in the end, we have a happy customer. So how does our AI chatbot work? So what we do is we connect your existing CRM console and train our CNN-based network based on the historical support tickets that you currently have. After we integrate our technology, every messages that comes through our model, predicts based on the valuable metadata, it routes it to the appropriate department. So this helps agents serve your customers in a more smarter, personalized way. The agent plus AI model that we have is we do it's a suggestion feedback where we suggest the best answers to your agents, and it can automatically sense them if a certain confidence level is exceeded. So if the response is effective, agent can quickly choose one of those three options and respond back. So this feeds back into our knowledge base. This is how we train our AI engine. From the analytics perspective, we do have this Chatbot Analytics as part of our solution, which provides greater visibility for consumers based on the matrix that we provide. Users can monitor sessions, messages, conversations, what the user's tone is. It can detect the sentiment analysis, and it can also do metrics such as discovery, popularity, marketing. It also has the ability to pick out if there are thousands users chatting with the chatbot. It can plot the matrix average number of messages, sessions, average time per session. This helps understand the pattern the consumer is doing, so we can train the model appropriately for better feedback. We can also do sentiment analysis. It can detect how many messages are funneling in, funneling out, and any of those such matrices for a better user experience.
Yeah, mostly for the real-time monitoring of bot performance.
Yep. And as our business is going global, we offer suite of foreign languages as below. I mean, there are many others. This is one of the cool thing about the chatbots is we don't have to retrain the bots. Just having somebody using a different language, it's able to understand, comprehend, and be able to respond in such a manner. Going back into the use cases, let's look at some of the use cases. First one to look at is healthcare. We offer many. These are the ones that I've just listed. In the healthcare, our chatbot can connect to patients to the right contacts directly. It can give appointment details, make changes or personal health records. It can let patients easily refill prescriptions, pay bills, or take any actions on alerts that may come either from the doctor or the healthcare provider. It can deliver lab tests, procedure outcomes, and recommended next steps. Again, it could be from the health provider. Um, and we offer this convenient help across all channels, across all these industries, where it could be via text, email, mobile app, website, call center, etc. In this example, a user is just asking. He has a 2-year-old sick, and he's looking for a doctor who's available on a certain day. So with the information that the chatbot already has integrated, chatbot is able to quickly look up based on the location the user resides, and based on the availability that pulls, he's able to quickly respond and converse normally with the user. In food and restaurant industry, um, our bots can easily make cancellation at a fairly quickly, and user can cancel, change, or rebook a table, do any kind of table reservations pretty instantly. Instant notifications can be driven by emails. Uh, uh, you can get an email for each reservation, so user's phone number for all the reservation details. It can even go off of certain preferences, where if user wants to choose an indoor-outdoor versus a table or a booth. And the nice thing about this is there are no apps to download, right? You just again get these benefits without any overhead. So here, user is requesting, wants to make sure checking with the chatbot where can a reservation be made for tonight's dinner. So bot responses back how many people are there. Once all that information is gathered in, it continues with the reservation with no um, hesitate. In the e-commerce and retail side of things, our bots can solve recurring customer service issues, which can benefit immensely by having minimum amount of interactions. Bots can easily make better and quicker decisions based on the knowledge that it has on the back end. Bots can help consumers make smart choices based on the past buying behaviors. It can follow with additional questions if needed, based on, again, intended audiences. It could be occasion, sentiment analysis. It compiles all this together and puts out better questions for the users, so it can service the user better. In this slide, the user is looking for a bouquet of flowers, and users could just bot is just conversing with the user, asking about the occasion, and it gives the suggestions based on the occasion. Travel and leisure side of things, it can give plenty of information. One is flight information and search piece, where users can track flight statuses in real time. Users can link any airport delay information, runway status, gate times, luggage, what size of luggage is allowed in certain airlines versus what size, destination information. If the user is affiliated with any loyalty programs, it can also offer airline loyalty programs, or it able to view the frequent mileage points quickly. It can searches, purchases, and upgrades easily, provide travel updates, and if there are any suggestions the bot has for the user based on the previous buying pattern, it can also offer to do so. In this, there are several use cases for this as well, and one of the cases where user is able to see the booking reservations, and it can easily query the itinerary that it has along with the receipt. But besides this, this gives a ability for um, enterprises to select target promotions to customers based on their buying pattern, or if they're frequently traveling from point A to point B. This can give the opportunity via chatbot push notifications can target these consumers. On the finance and banking side of things, we can our bots can turn everyday payments, transactions, balance updates, any policy changes. It can be done either via text or voice. It can provide real-time financial advice at any point of engagement. And when the rates do drop, they have the ability to learn from the bot, either via push notifications, or can query instantly about any market status, or and if they would wish to make any changes, any investment options based on their lifestyle changes, they can do so. In this case, the use case where one person is traveling from point A to point B, asking for help, and in a sense that he doesn't want to use he wants to make sure that his cards are active while he's traveling and during that time period. The bot is smart enough to figure, based on the user profile, it queries back to the user which one of those cards will you be using. So it knows which ones to block, which ones not to block. And based on these responses, a bot wishes him safe travels. In a logistics space, it can help consumers with relocation assistance, booking times, dates, and cost, including any changes or cancellations. It can offer instant quotes based on the number of bedroom moves or services. If the user wants to tag along, pick up the packing, unpacking services, assembling, disassembling. And the most importantly, I think what it allows it to do is it can locate it items via GPS tracking and provide real-time state of relocation, whether the item itself is in transit or if it's arrived. So in this sort of use case, a user needs simply a code. He's not logged into the system, so he's just querying a code for a move between two cities. And now, since the user does not know much, does not have a much knowledge base on this user, it queries the users for certain information, which dates, how many rooms are being moved, what's the zip code for the city from point A to point B. And based on this preferences and services that the user wishes to add on, it can provide a better code for the consumer. Our solution also provides instant answers to users' needs, right? So Bots can conduct meaningful conversations to answer questions at issue at hand, and it can basically make everyday engagements with the insurance provider much easier and faster. So in this example, I have uh, a person getting into an accident, and the bot is just querying back saying that which one of those vehicles was involved in an accident. The user responds and making sure that there are no personal injuries, and makes the allows them to instantly upload a picture so they can process the claim quickly. For government, we have it makes searches, provides suggestions fairly simple, either via text or speech. It gives immediate results and provides the location of the person, pointing it to the Google map. And it not only instantly answers questions, but if the user wishes to speak to an agent, again, it can do so upon request, or using the sentiment tone analysis, it can transfer the call to a live agent. So in this example, I have a person querying lives at a certain area and asking, does a general query about a trash pickup, and wanting to know when exactly he should be putting the garbage out for a pickup. So based on just these two information and the address, it can quickly respond the user with just simple couple of text messages, or even voice. For the telecom, industry, it can benefit from the perspective as you can get quickly status updates about any internet service outages, or any internet service related issues. It can it has the ability to recharge their accounts if needed. It can suspend, resume services, provide appointment details, make changes, and even it can give the eligibility of the phone if the plan is ready for to be upgraded. So in this example, a person wishes to add a certain amount to this account just as a refill, and the bot responds back saying that does it have which card it needs to user wishes to use. Once the answer is received, the amount is quickly added, has been refilled to the account. So now that we have looked at all the use cases, pretty much most of them, we offer, these are our next steps, where we give a full assessment of your on-site, and then we give implementation and training and enablement piece. And also then we take it from that point on, and we not just leave over there, but we can provide the full support, including the managed services piece, which is the analytics and reporting piece, and also the knowledge management, which is the continuous feedback learning via machine learning and deep learning. So we help customers grow as as the model is being trained. Once this is a constant. The more knowledge base the bots have, the better is the response time, and also the best responses. We have put together a Jumpstart packet for you, where in week 1 we assess, we pilot a use case, and they finalize all the implementation details, and we go into week 2 and 3 where we pilot that project, and finally in week 4 we transfer the knowledge and do assessment. This is towards a duration of 4 weeks.
Okay, guys, if there's any more questions, kindly notify us on the chat window located on the right side. We have our offices, our global offices, addresses, and phone numbers. If you guys want to reach out to us on any of the locations, please feel free to do so. Once again, if you have further questions, want to get in contact with us, you can email us at marketing@royalcyber.com. Once again, it's marketing@royalcyber.com. My name is Amar Nadeem, and I just want to thank you to Mr. Hashim and Mr. Satish for the beautiful presentation. Thank you guys. Take care and have a great day.